Hello, my name is Colson Parker, and today we will be reading IC4. Written by Mildred Krentel and illustrated by William Lind. Before we get started, we'll warm up the vocal cords, you know. Now we're ready. This book is really special to Liney and I because when we were kids, our father used to rap it to us, so it has a certain sentimental value, you might say. Way high up in the sky, taller than either you or I, a big statue stood, its head in the cloud. King Nebuchadnezzar was really quite proud. You get what I mean? Way high up in the sky, taller than either you or I, a big statue stood, its head in the cloud. King Nebuchadnezzar was really quite proud. He sat on his throne, checking over his list, to see that no detail he wanted was missed. 6 cubits wide, let me see, that's 9 feet. 10 fingers, 10 toes, well, I guess it's complete. Now, call out the measurement, tell him to try to see if this image is 90 feet high. "10 feet, move over, you're sitting on 20. 30, here's 40, and on he went, counting and climbing high in the heavenly. 50 and 60, it's scary at 70. 80, then 90, he's reached the big crown. Then he grabbed hold of the tape and slid all the way down. And so it was finished, the statue complete, from the shine of its head to the gleam of its feet. The crowd was delighted, it gathered around, on the plains known as Dura, from country and town. As they stood gazing, a sound pierced the air. King Nebuchadnezzar has this to declare. The sackbut, the cornet, the trumpet and flute, the psaltery, the declaimer, start into toot.
Go.
Bow down and worship this beautiful statue, and don't run away, or someone will get you. This is real serious. This is no play. This is a law that you have to obey. Just look at that furnace roaring with heat, waiting for those who think they can cheat. There were 3 Hebrew boys, I'm sure you all know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Colson, it's Abednego.
Abednego.
Everyone always says it wrong.
Oh. There were 3 Hebrew boys, I'm sure you all know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Good.
They remembered God's words to Moses of old, "Ye shall not make gods of silver or gold, nor worship, nor serve them, nor bow down the knee, for thou shalt have no other gods before me." So they would not bow, no matter the price, but before they could speak or even think twice. A blast of loud music made everyone shake and kneel down so fast it was like an earthquake. All except 3, standing alone. Someone spied them and raced to the throne. "O king, live forever, I've come with bad news of the rulers of Babylon, 3 young Hebrews. The music was loud, but they never bowed. You know this is wrong and should not be allowed." Nebuchadnezzar was angry, fit to be tied. Nebuchadnezzar was angry, fit to be tied. How dare any order of his be defied? He blustered and bellowed, "Bring in those 3, so they won't bow down. We shall see, we shall see. See here, See here, can't you 3 try to do as you're told? Can't you see my fine image, all shiny with gold? Now once more I'll give you the chance to obey. When you hear that music, you do as I say. Fall down and worship this statue I own, or into the furnace you all will be thrown." Oh my, did they hear it? They moved not an inch. Did they tremble or shiver? Did one of them flinch? Then the three bravely spoke, looked the king in the eye. Our God whom we worship still ruleth on high, and he will deliver us out of your hand. We won't bow down to your idol. On this we stand. Then a torrent broke loose. Nebuchadnezzar was furious. His face got so red that he looked rather curious. He spoke, and his voice was as dry as a blotter. Heat that old furnace just 7 times hotter. He called for his soldiers, the strongest and best, and said, "These 3 men are under arrest. Bind them in coats, their hats and their clothes, and toss them in quickly, head over toes." The ropes went around and around and around, until each of the 3 were thoroughly bound. The soldiers then cast them like 3 sacks of wheat into the furnace. What terrible heat! The flames were so hungry they popped out the door and burned up the soldiers with a horrible roar. The king was astonished. He rose up in haste. He looked in the furnace, then right about faced. He stammered and stuttered, "Did not we cast 3? Am I mad? Am I crazy? Is it 4 that I see?" They answered and said, "O king, it is true, and we hate to admit it, but we see them too. For there in the furnace, calmly walking around, there were 4 people talking, not one of them bound. And the form of the 4th was just like the Lord, whom these 3 brave Hebrews so loved and adored." Nebuchadnezzar then shouted, "You'd better come out and tell me what happened. What's all this about?" Then the counselors, princes, governors too, gathered around them to get a close view. They pinched them, they poked them, they sniffed every hair. Amazing, fantastic, no smell of smoke there. The ropes were all gone, they had just disappeared. No doubt when the Lord God himself had appeared. The king was convinced. He made a decree that from this moment on, the God of these 3 would be his God to follow, his God to love. For now he would worship the true God above. Now blessed be God who saved these young men. He answered their prayers to come rescue them. He delivered his servants from this awful hour. How much better to worship this God of great power than idols of gold made with hands of a man. They see not, they hear not, nor yet understand. Thee.